it just looks lush and gorgeous, and the vibes are just so good. It's immaculate. I feel like this is one of my favorite builds that I have ever made. Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah, and welcome to another Sims 4 build where I take a debug shell and I recreate it to make it a functional build in The Sims 4. I've made a couple of these videos before where I see something in debug and I go, I want that to actually be functional in The Sims, and so I recreate it. I will link those other videos in the pinned comment down below so you can check them out. But today I've got another one, and it is the one that I have probably been the most excited for. I have wanted to do this build for at least 6 months, so today is the day. With that being said, let's jump into The Sims 4 so I can show you what we're going to be building today. Alright, you guys, here we are in Willow Creek, and this is what I'm going to be building today. I, about a year ago, went through all of the worlds of The Sims 4 and just did some exploring and grabbed some screenshots for my screenshots folder, and I used them as my screensaver on my computer. I actually need to do it for the most recent worlds, but I discovered this building on the outskirts of Willow Creek one day. It is so beautiful. It doesn't just get used in Willow Creek, it also gets used in Brindleton Bay as well, which makes sense. It has kind of Brindleton Bay vibes as well. And specifically, it was giving me restaurant vibes. I've not built a restaurant in The Sims 4 before. I'm not the most confident builder either, so I felt like the roofing on this one was going to be a challenge for me. But with that being said, now that we've had a look at the building, let's get into the speed build. So on the particular lot that I have chosen to build it in Willow Creek, it's in the expensive part of Willow Creek where the mansions are. It's where the mansion is on the lower end of that lot though, and it's actually right across from where this debug shell is normally in Willow Creek. So I built it on this lot, firstly because I wanted to use a 50 by 50 lot. I felt like that would be a good size for this build, and also because I can just look across the way and see it so that I can get an accurate look at what I'm looking at as I'm trying to build it. So I've done some basic terrain manipulation in that we've put this pond in. I wanted to put it on water because that's kind of a feature of it both here in Willow Creek and when it's used in Brindleton Bay as well. It's on the water, so that was a big part of it for me. I needed to have it be on the water, so we've done some terrain manipulation. We've made some water underneath this building, and now I'm trying to build the shell of it. And I like to try and make these shells be as close to the right dimensions as I can, considering I can't see what the shell looks like on the grid. That was a little bit hard, and I kind of just had to guesstimate. You'll see I've already deleted walls a few times and started over again a few times. I ended up having to make the block that I have on top of the water smaller, the whole thing a little bit smaller, just to make it look as accurately as I can. I'm really happy with how the shell turned out though. I think the building itself looks very accurate, especially once we actually get the difficult roofing on, which I am about to start right now. And once we get the wallpaper, the windows, the doors done as well, I think it looks pretty damn accurate. So like I said, I'm not the most confident builder in The Sims 4, so this was a big challenge for me, roofing especially. I cannot stand roofing. I hate it. I suck at it. I'm not good at it. But this one I think turned out really nicely. The only thing is we don't have exactly the same of what I needed in the base game. I wanted this to be a limited pack build. I wanted it to be a base game and dine out only build. So when coming to the roof texture, we don't have a shiny metal like is on the shell in the base game or in dine out. So I had to use a shingle instead, but I still think it gives the Willow Creek / Brindleton Bay kind of vibes. So I think it turned out really nicely. Unfortunately, in the little extra room on top where we have, it looks kind of like a watchtower on the top. You can see the pitch of the roof through the windows. I don't know if there's anything I could have done differently in the roofing to fix that, but we're just gonna have to go with it. Like I said, not a confident builder, just still really happy with how this came out. And now that we're putting the windows and the doors in, it's really coming together. You do kind of get a full 360 panoramic view when you're in this building. There's so many windows, there's so many doors. You can see around the entire building when you're on the inside. It's beautiful. I did kind of split this place up into different sections as well. The way that it's organized is interesting. We do have 3 restrooms at the very back of the lot. So in the little cutout that happens at the back, that's where the restrooms are. And then where we have the side pieces that come out, there's some booth seating in there. It looks really, really nice when it's all done. And then the outside decking areas also get used for seating as well. We are creating a restaurant, and I wanted to have plenty of options for the amount of seats that we could have our Sims be sitting at. So we do have some booth seats that are ideal for like 2 Sims when they're coming to eat. I even also put in 1 chair around the booth area. It's like 1 chair with 1 seat, so ideal for a single Sim to come and eat, because sometimes you've just got to come and take yourselves out to eat, right? So you'll get to see that in a minute. And then on the outside, we have some of the bigger areas like 4-seater dining tables, even a 6-seater and an 8-seater table. So you can really have groups of all sizes coming to eat at this restaurant. Now, in the very middle of the room, you will have seen I just put all of like the chef station stuff in the middle there. That's where I felt like the kitchen would probably be the best place to go, because I didn't really have anywhere else for it. So it is functional. Importantly, I have play tested this lot, and I will show you some footage of me play testing this lot after the speed build once we get into the tour, so you can see that it does actually function. But now we're getting into doing the bathrooms on the lot, getting them all sorted. It's all just either base game or dine out furniture, so there's a lot of base game stuff that happens in here. These bathrooms are light and bright and beautiful, a little bit small and a little bit cluttered, but it's really only needed to have your Sims come and use the toilet. I am afraid though, because I've put mirrors though in them, that we're just gonna have Sims coming to practice charisma in the mirrors of all of the bathrooms. But you know, that's a problem for when you're playing the game. It's totally fine. So I do have 2 chef's oven areas. I know I've got 3 showing at the moment. I think I get rid of the 3rd one. Do I get rid of the 3rd one? I'm not sure. I can't remember actually. It's been a little while since I've done this speed build, but I wanted to have enough where we could have a functional restaurant, in the sense of having enough kitchen stuff to actually have your Sims cook in the kitchen, because dine out can be a little bit buggy. And I also wanted to have enough places for your Sims to sit and eat to begin with. I also wanted to have more than 1 station at the entrance to this restaurant where your Sims can be seated from, because as you're playing through Dine Out and your restaurant is getting better and better, you can unlock perks where you can hire more staff. So you can hire more waiters, you can hire more kitchen staff, you can hire more busboys as well. Like, you can hire all of those extra people to really make it the most functional as possible. So it has such cute vibes, honestly. It does really give me very Willow Creek and very Brindleton Bay. Like, I could imagine coming here for brunch on a Sunday morning with the family. Like, I really could picture that. You can see I've got like the tables and chairs on the outside as well. I really was getting to the point where I was starting to think about the surroundings of the building though, because yes, we've got this beautiful building, but what am I going to surround it with? So I did make the pool area, like the pond area, a little bit smaller, and I do end up doing some landscaping on the bushes around it. It's just filled with some basic landscaping of trees in the end run pretty much. And then at this point I also did some playtesting, and I realized that I needed to make a couple of little changes in order to make it more functional. You'll see now we've got the 2 stations at the beginning to be served at. So at this point I determined that I needed to move that station to begin with and have 2 so that our Sims can be seated nicely. But everything else was pretty functional. I just wanted to make it fine-tuned, only having the 2 chef stations in the kitchen, but so that we can have 2 chefs cooking at once eventually when you unlock the ability to have 2 chefs. And then it's just about getting the decor stuff in. I was so happy with how this build turned out. I really love decorating, and I feel like the vibes are kind of immaculate here. We're also doing a lot of the lighting on the outside. I've made it so that this place is available to come at all times of the day. The menu that I have chosen, because I got to choose the menu. I will show you me picking the menu and all of that stuff in a little minute as well, but I've made it so that you can come here at any time of the day and have adequate meals. You can come here for breakfast, you can come here for lunch, you can come here for dinner, you could even come here for dessert. I've got it all catered for you here. Come here at any time of the day. It's beautiful, and the lighting that I end up doing outside also hits the perfect vibes, very immaculate vibes. I love it. I had so much fun with this build, and it makes me think that maybe I would like to do more restaurants in the future. So let me know if maybe you'd like to see me build maybe a restaurant for each world of The Sims. I don't know, that might be a lot to ask for. Just let me know if that's something you would be interested in seeing, because I did have a lot of fun bringing this one to life, just putting in some more of the decor stuff, trying to come up with the Immaculate Brindleton Bay / Willow Creek kind of vibes. And with that being said, I do just quickly want to mention, because I forgot to mention it before, I built this on a 50 by 50 lot using only Dine Out and the base game, right? But you can place this lot on any 50 by 50 lot. There are many 50 by 50 lots in all of the worlds of The Sims 4. I think there's at least one in every single world of The Sims 4. You can place this down on any of those lots. It is perfect. So we're getting some string lights out though, the starry string lights to go on my fence. Beautiful for the nighttime. I had so much fun with getting all of this sorted. It took a long time because I'm not the most competent builder. It took me a long time to get this done, but I just have so much fun with decorating and making things look cute and getting things situated in the right spots, and all of that is so much fun. But with that being said, that is the speed build all done. So you've seen the basics. I mean, you've seen the building itself. You've seen the inside. Now I get to show you this building fully landscaped, and I can also show you some of the playtesting footage that I have as well. So with that being said, let's jump back into The Sims 4. Let's take a look at this completed Debug Shell restaurant. Hey, did you know that 78% of you watching right now are not subscribed to my channel? If you'd like to see some fun Sims gameplay, including the Occult Baby Challenge, some fun Sims 4 Creator Sim videos, some Sims 4 build videos, and even some games of The Sims past, then hit the subscribe button down below and become a member of my little community of Triceratops. But with that being said, let's get back into the video. Alright you guys, here we have the completed, fully landscaped Debug Shell restaurant. I had so much fun doing all of the landscaping and everything for this, and it just looks lush and gorgeous, and the vibes are just so good. It's immaculate. I love it. So we've got a lot of landscaping surrounding our pond. We've got some trees to fill in some of the lot as well. There is still a lot of space on this lot, and I left it spacey on purpose because I thought that it would be nice to, maybe if you want to have a wedding, you could chuck down a wedding arch like in front of this tree over here or something, and have a little wedding area, knowing that then you could come and get some food afterwards. It'd be super nice. I don't know how you'd go with having a full wedding here, because I don't know if you can have weddings on restaurant lots, so I'm not sure. But maybe you could have the ceremony here, and then you could cancel the wedding event after the ceremony, and then just come and have some dinner afterwards at the restaurant. It's beautiful. I love this little boardwalk vibe leading up to the front doors. So freaking pretty. When you walk through the door, this is what you see. We have two of these little be seated areas, the podiums, where your Sims go and say, hey, I'd like a table please, and then you go and be seated. We do have the room in the middle here. Behind this wall is the kitchen, but we do have some two-seater tables here. Through the door with the porthole, we've got the kitchen. We've got a door on either side, and then if we have a look here, we do have the counters of the kitchen areas where they do the order up part, where they put the food up there and they say, hey, the order's ready, and then the waiters come and deliver the food. We do have one more two-seater table on the back of that room. Having a look over in the little cutout, this is what I was talking about before with the booth seating. You can fit two Sims in the booth seating, and then in between both of the booth seats, we've got one table that has one chair. I have playtested that, and I'll include the footage right now of me playtesting that. I bought Bella Goth here. I actually made Bella Goth own this restaurant for the playtesting purposes, and she came in as a patron and was seated at this one Sim table to have her meal. So that is functional for one Sim, because sometimes, like I said, you've just got to treat yourself, right? You don't have to come to a restaurant with a group of people. You can come on your own. So over the other side of the building, we have the same thing in the other cutout here. So it's very, very cute. It does look pretty large and empty in here, but I didn't want to clutter out the inside too much, just because, like I mentioned, dine out can be kind of buggy, and I didn't want anything getting in the way of our Sims being able to move through here. So then at the back here, we do have the three restrooms, like I mentioned. So then we do have the wooden deck areas off the side, and I'm gonna mention maybe the ones to the right and left of the entryway. By the way, peep our fish. I do actually have these fish tanks fully stocked, but we can't see them at the moment because I'm in tab mode, but these fish tanks are fully stocked. They come with Dine Out. They're my favorite fish tanks. They're so beautiful. So on the right side when we enter the decking, we come out to the deck and we do have some 4-seater tables outside. How beautiful is the vibe? And you can see the actual Debug Shell over in the distance. It's fine. It's all freaking good. This one you can actually come and visit though. So we've got 2 4-seater tables out here, and then going back inside to the other side, we also have 2 more 4-seater tables out here. These are also functional. I have some more playtest footage of Sims eating at these 4-seater tables outside. Very nice. Then if we head towards the back on the right, the decking on the back at the right, we come out and we have a 6-seater table out here for a larger group of Sims. And just look, this is another reason why I wanted to build this in Willow Creek, because we've got the beautiful swampy vibes. This lot, no matter where you are on this lot, has a beautiful view. And that's why I feel like this build is perfect for this lot, because we do have the 360 panoramic view of this lot. So 6 Sims can eat at this table outside here, and then on the other side, the left-hand decking area at the back, we've got the 8-seater table here, ready for a group of 8 Sims. So the only issue with this one is you can see the other mansion that's on the top of the hill there. That's totally fine though. It's still pretty nice and pretty picturesque, really sitting. We get a little view of the pond over there. Very, very nice. Coming inside to have a look at our kitchen though. I mean, like I said, it's just a kitchen. It's nothing too fancy, but we do have the 2 chef's cooking stations over here. And then we've just got a lot of decor to kind of make it feel like a kitchen. We do have the little busboy cleanup area though. This item from Dine Out is the busboy cleanup area where they come to wash the dishes and stuff. And then I put a sink there. I don't know if that'll get used, but it's totally fine. And then we've just got some more decor stuff, and I pretended to put some like ingredients up on some shelves there. So that is the kitchen that our chefs are working in at this restaurant. I've just noticed it has a little teddy bear hanging from it. A little Bluffy? That's adorable. I also just really quickly wanted to show you this lot at night, because the lights that I've got from Debug, these little lamps outside, are so beautiful, as well as the starlights. It is so lit up and it is so beautiful. I love the vibes, so I just wanted to show you that really quickly at nighttime as well. So here, like I promised, is me choosing the menu for this restaurant. I wanted to keep it a fairly simple menu, but a menu that would suit all times of the day and all ages of patrons too. For drinks, I chose some basic essentials like orange juice, coffee, hot cocoa, as well as some fun staples like soda and root beer float. There's also a couple of juices, including a punch and a fizzy fruity drink. For main courses, I did want to include multiple types of meals for different age ranges. It's almost like we have a kids menu here with some nuggets, mac and cheese, grilled cheese and hot dogs. We have some breakfast options with some eggs and toast, scrambled eggs, pancakes, omelette and French toast, as well as other staple options like BLT, fish tacos, spaghetti, roast chicken, chili, fish and chips and burgers. For Sims that have different dietary needs, we have veggie burgers, tofu dogs, veggie dogs, tofu tacos, vegetable chili and more, so that they're not excluded. And then for desserts, we have some cake slices, some bowls of ice cream, a couple of different slices of pie, and for our lactose intolerant Sims, we have lactose-free fruit and yogurt parfait. I did also find the shell in Debug so that I could do a side-by-side comparison for you. The dimensions are never going to be the exact same as the Debug shells because we have to build by the grid in The Sims 4. I wouldn't have been able to make it the exact same size because we can't build walls on half tiles. And lastly, I do have some gameplay footage from me playtesting of Sims using the booth seating to show that they are functional seating options as well. The last thing I really need to mention is in the pond, I have put some visual effects stuff in here. Like we've got some swans here, we've got some fireflies and some more swans. So you can see them as squares here, but when we're actually playing the game, we're going to have lots of fireflies at night and we're going to be able to see the swans swimming in the pond. It's so beautiful. You will see the swans in a moment in the pictures that I have for you because I have like a little picture montage of this build so you can take a look at some of the details a little bit better, but you'll be able to see see the swans there. It is so freaking pretty. But with that being said, you guys, if you would like to download this restaurant for yourself, it will be available on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way it's spelled here, and you will find it under Debug Shell Restaurant. It is 84,253 simoleons, so it costs quite a lot, and I think part of that is probably because it's on such a big block of land. Like, it is a 50 by 50 lot like I mentioned before. Like I said, it does only use the base game and dine out as well. But guys, that's all I've got for this video of recreating this debug shell that I saw in the world of Willow Creek and turning it into a functional restaurant in The Sims 4. I feel like this is one of my favorite builds that I have ever made. I know that there's going to be more shells I see in debug that I want to make into functional buildings. So if you'd like to see them or any other Sims 4 content that I've got coming your way, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Leave me this emoji of the dining plate with the cutlery on either side of it in the comments down below to let me know that you got this far in the video, you really liked watching this restaurant come to life, and you would like to see me make more debug shells into functional buildings in The Sims 4. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!